This is Art and Such with part 1 of my rainbow loom tutorial for Francine from American Dad. For this pattern, I will try and give you a couple of alternatives, but what I've used is some small white beads, very little pony beads for the eyes, with a black Sharpie marker to draw on the pupil on the eyelid. I have a small gold bead on a single black band for the necklace. The dress and the shoes are pink, and I'm using a skin tone for the body. I'm going to use a bit of a darker skin tone this time, but it's really all the same. And yellow or gold for the hair. Okay, I think that's everything. You'll want to have a C-clip handy, your looming hook, and your loom. Will have it in the offset configuration with the middle row above the other two. So we're going to start with the arms. I have one ready. I'll make one with you and get you to pause to do the other. You're going to take a single skin tone band, wrap it 3 times around your hook, a little tighter if it's a loose band. And you're going to take a single, stretch it out, double it over, put it on the end of your hook, and push your wrapped band over. We're going to do this a total of 7 times. So that was 1, 2, bring the bands off your hook and over, 3, 4, and 5. 2 more. You could make this a little bit longer if you like by adding one or two extras, but this seems like a pretty good length. Okay, so do a quick pause and make one more. It's 1 wrapped pulled onto 7 doubled over bands. When you come back to do your shoes, you have 2 options here. I'm going to show you how to make just a plain foot, and also how to make it with the heel. So if you want just a very basic straightforward shoe foot, you're going to take 2 single bands, wrap them 3 times onto your hook, and this goes onto either 2 skin tone, or if you want it to be a little longer, you'll put it onto a single doubled over band, and then we'll connect it to the skin tone bands. If you want the one with the little heel, which I think is kind of cute, you're going to leave your 2 bands wrapped on here. So 2 bands wrapped about twice. And then we're going to take a single, and right next to this we're going to wrap it 3 times. Some of these bands of mine are a little stretched, so I'm doing them a tiny bit tighter. And you're going to take a single, double it over onto itself, and pull this wrapped single over. Put the other end on. This is the heel part. And we'll take one more single pink, stretch it out and over, and we put all of these bands on top. So the little heel part and the little shoe part. And you'll know you have the right pieces when it slides easily back and forth. This other end can go back on the hook, and you can give this a little stretch tug adjustment. And we're going to put it onto some skin tone bands for the leg. So we need 5 sets of double skin tone bands. Take 2 bands, put them on the end, pull your foot piece off and over, and we're going to repeat this until we have 5. Okay, pause for a second and make another one, give it a tug and adjustment, and come back when you are ready. Okay, we have one more thing to do now that you have 2 legs on your loom. which is to take 2 pink bands, put them on the end, and pull your legs on top. This is going to make it easier for us to attach these later. And this can just stay on your hook, or you can put it on the side on another holding hook. Let's come to our loom, and we're going to get our body ready. We have 2 pink bands coming from the top center peg to the second peg in the center. And the order here is important because you want your skin tone bands to show up. I thought that was white. My last pattern had white on it. Okay. So we're putting 2 pink down from the center second to the right second, and 2 pinks from the second center to the left center. And then you want 2 skin tone bands coming down the center from the second to the third. And that's so we get this little part showing. Now in the center, you're going to go down 6 more times, all with sets of doubles. 7, you can do 7 times. And on the sides, you're going to do 1 set of double bands, and then this is up to you, but I think it makes it look a little bit nice and thicker here. You're going to put 8 bands from your 3rd peg to your 4th peg on either side. And you can lay them on 1 at a time, 2 at a time, whichever. And then we come down 6 more times with double bands. You can grab your arms and put them on your 2nd peg down on either side. So stretch it out, take the bands off your hook and place them on top. You can twist or adjust until your arms are facing the way you want them to be. And we can add our legs now. For the legs, what we're going to do is take our pink piece off of our hook and put this side on that 4th peg up from the bottom on either side. Give your legs a little tug apart, get your hook in between, and pull those pink bands over the center band 4th from the bottom again. You can tuck your legs in there. And let's put some cap bands on. We're using all pinks for these. Our first bands starting from our 3rd to the 3rd. It's a single band in the triangle formation, so raise it above the 3rd peg in the center. And then I believe that our next 2 are going to be doubled over bands. Yeah. So take a single, stretch it out, twist it onto itself, and bring it from the 4th to the 4th and over the 4th in the center. And we're going to do another doubled over band from the 5th to the 5th, and the rest are going to be single triangle bands. This is all pink here. And the reason that we doubled these ones are to tighten up the waist and also to keep the upper chest together. Now we are ready to start looping up the body. I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anything. We're going to do the middle last, or at the very least stop at this 3rd peg from the top because we need our skin tone above. So come under one of the sides, go under your leg piece, grab the bottom 2 from above and pull them up and over the next peg. Push back your triangle band, get the next 2, pull them up. And we're going to do this straight up to that 2nd peg from the top. When you get to the peg that has all of those bands, don't worry about it. You can take them up one by one, a couple at a time. I'm going to try and get them all in one shot. Just be sure you get them all, and you can pause, take your time with this. And we're going for the 2 bands from the peg above. And be very careful and gentle tugging them out, pulling them out, and get your last 2 diagonal bands from that 2nd peg. We're going to do this all again on the other side. Go under your leg pieces, get your bottom 2, push them up, and under all of your capping triangle bands, keep pulling these back and getting your bottom 2. Once more, we have our 8 bands, and get them all. Make sure you get them all, or you're going to have something loose and you're going to have something uneven, which you just won't do. Get the bottom 2 from under the arm, which are coming back to the center. And we can now loom up the center, the middle. So grab the bottom 2 and pull them up and over. And the next 2 bottom ones, and we're just going to go straight to the very top of the loom now. And get your neck 2 pieces. Those are the very bottom 2 ones on that second peg. It's going to be a little tight there, so watch out. You can release some tension and remove this from the loom. You especially want to loosen the parts where you had doubled over bands, don't forget that. And you also will want to be careful not to stretch out your bottom leg bands there too much where you attach the leg, because then they'll kind of flop to the side. And this can just go onto your hook for now. You can give it an adjustment, a tug, hide any loose bands, and that's all good. I'm going to show you how to get your eyes ready. If you are using beads, you have one of 2 choices. You can either put them onto your hook and then pull them straight onto a skin tone band. If your hook is too large or the beads have holes which are too small, then what you can do is bring a piece of dental floss through your 2 eyes. Do it this way. And then through your band and back around through your 2 eyes. And we will use like I said, a permanent black marker to draw on the pieces a little bit later. If you, and it's the same thing for your small bead for the necklace. If you do not have appropriate beads, what you can do is take a single black band, wrap it 3 times on the hook, do a second band 3 times on your hook, and pull those all onto a single skin tone band while trying to keep the pieces a little bit separate. Oops. It's going to look a little bit blockier, but it'll still have the effect of eyes. So it'll be kind of like this. It looks like she's wearing sunglasses. And if you want to use white instead, white bands, you can do that. So I think that covers that, and I will get the head prepared and I will see you back for part 2.